You rolling?
Winners, losers. It's psychedelic, bro. We won, they lost.
Carton and Roberts on SNY and WFAN is presented by Grubhub.
No, I don't want the answer, Loogie. I am not a cheater, okay?
Music is life.
I want to make that clear. I do not want you to cheat and give me the answer.
All right, well.
It's okay. I don't know. And I will sleep well tonight like I'm Dexter Lawrence.
Yes, Dexter Lawrence said, despite the offsides, he loves sleeping. Yeah, he ain't got no problem sleeping.
I'm not even a Giant fan, and I had a tough time sleeping after that game last night.
We are on SNY, courtesy of Grubhub. Thank you, SNY.
Oh, who was it? You got to give the answer.
I'm not. No, that one I'm going to leave out there for you.
Why?
Because you should be able to get
Forget
that.
me. What about the audience? I'm sure there's somebody
The
listening.
audience is well aware of
Really,
who that
we have
was.
a lot of like 19-year-old listeners who
They
may
all
say,
know.
I have no idea.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you use a lifeline, but the only lifeline you can use is CeeLo.
Oh, okay. CeeLo, who did that song? It ain't me now.
No.
Can I hear it? Can I
Can
get another taste of it?
I just
didn't
gave
hear
it.
I didn't hear it.
I just gave it to you.
Oh yeah, I know it.
All right,
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
that's what you're so upset that I
John
didn't get.
Fogerty.
How do you not know that? That's called American classic rock.
I don't know American classic rock.
If you've ever watched a
Son,
film
yeah?
about Vietnam at all, that song is in there.
Yeah, right.
Well, but
It's
see
in
that-
every single movie
Forrest
about
Gump?
Vietnam, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but guys, to that point, and I've said this to you a lot, there's a lot of music I've heard. I just can't tell you who did it or the name
Evan's
of
not a music guy, which is all good.
No,
I don't know why.
not that I should talk about it.
Music and food, that's life, man.
Not much of a movie guy either.
He's also not a movie guy either.
I'm
That's
more
also
of a
true.
I'm more of a TV guy.
Yeah.
And a sports
That's my
guy.
thing. Well, sports is. I mean, come on.
You
I
know,
have
you
to
almost
say
don't
that.
have enough time to be a fan of these other types of multimedia because
You're
you're so
right.
locked in on sports.
But I
Yeah.
do love TV. That's my form of media that I do enjoy.
Well, you should be happy that Dexter's coming back then.
I'm happy about that.
Here's CeeLo with a quick update, and then we'll get back to your calls as the bitch fest continues, and rightfully so. Say what you want about the fan base. Say what you want about talk show hosts and talk radio. This is what it was built around. Not negativity so much as passion, as caring,
That's the key
as
word.
hope.
It's not
And that's what's happening.
negativity. It's that we give a rat's ass. And I got to
Right.
give Judge credit because I listened to his whole press conference. At the end of it, he went on about that, how people in New York care, and he does respect that. So
Yeah.
it seems like, at least with his words, he kind of gets what he's in
You know
for.
what's weird about the whole thing? You know, until I actually saw the record over the last 5 years, I never would have thought that.
We got used to it. That's why.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. I think part of it's also, hey, they did win a Super Bowl. Now it's 10 years, but, you know, with memories of good times and all that. If you had said to the average football fan, Giant fans included, Jet fans included, if you had to take a wild guess, what NFL franchise has the worst one-loss record over the last 5 years, and you didn't know the answer?
Right.
I guarantee you nobody
who
would have said the New York Giants.
What would have jumped out at you as a team?
I think for sure the Jacksonville Jaguars.
But they
would
were
have.
in an AFC championship game a few years ago, and that's where people get tripped up. And that's
Sure.
where, see, that, and this is my point, what I'm getting at. The Giants haven't even had an accidental good year outside of 16.
Right, but I think, but there's a, you know, something that's the old Andre Agassi, image is everything, right? For whatever the reason is, I never would have guessed that. And, you know, I've lived it, you know, sitting
We've all
here,
lived it, yeah.
other than a year, I've lived it, I know what it is, and yet I never would have thought that. So when I see those numbers, that they're the worst record in the entire NFL over 5 years, how do you not react to that? Like, that's
Shocking.
beyond, like, unacceptable.
This is
Like, what are we
since-
doing?
Since the 70s, this is the worst period of Giant football we've ever seen.
Yeah.
For my generation, it ain't close. This is the worst period of Giant football we have ever seen. For those who are older, like yourself, you may remember the 70s.
No.
I don't. For us, it's something we've read about, we heard about. We heard about the dysfunction in ownership. This is the worst period of Giants football in
The
our
last
lifetime.
time they were this bad, there was a rival group that started the New York Yankees football team to try to take the Giants out.
No, it was the 70s. So what, you're going back further. The 70s, when there was an airplane coming over that said, decade of bad football, whatever it was.
Well, I mean, I read a book about
They
it.
were pretty bad after the '90s Super Bowl as well.
But not like this.
The Dave Brown.
Now, this is different. They've
No, this is
never had a
different.
5-year stretch where they're the worst
Not
team in
5
football.
years, no. And then the Jets have the longest streak without being in the playoffs, right?
know why you gotta make
Active-
fun of the
Well, no,
Jets.
I'm saying when you combine the two here in New York, we've just got used to
Because here's the thing, Craig. CeeLo's right. See, you can pick whatever time period you want to start at. If you want to start in 2017, the Giants are the worst team in the NFL.
Sure.
If you want to start in 2018, the Detroit Lions are the worst team in the NFL. If you want to start over the last decade, own it. The New York Jets are the worst team in the NFL. That's just a fact. Don't argue it. Accept it. This is who we are. Now, we may love our future, and we may be optimistic, which I am, but dating back to Pittsburgh, 2011, January of 2011, for the last decade, it is not a debate. The New York Jets are the worst franchise in football. But you're right. If you want to make the line of demarcation 2017, the answer is the New York Giants.
Well, of course I do, because I'm a Jet fan.
Yeah, but I'm a Jet fan, too. I also understand
Why
who
would
we
I
are.
bring up 10 years ago and I could bring up 5?
Because it's who we are.
Lower hanging fruit.
Because it's who we are.
Yeah.
You don't
True.
ignore
Why
our
don't
own
we just acknowledge
ineptitude.
this? As much as we are the greatest city of them all, our sports suck and have typically for a very long time. Like, there's been those flashes of brilliance and a Super Bowl win, hope maybe an NBA title coming up this year. But the reality is that
Craig,
overall, across the board, New York sports is a train wreck.
to prove your point, New York sports championship drought. This is the longest New York sports championship drought we've ever had.
12 years?
I mean, think about it. Go back to any period of time.
No, 10 years. Giants, pardon me.
Yeah, it's the Giants in 2011. It's a decade.
Right.
Go back to any period of time. Where is there a drought that can match that?
There
Wanna
isn't.
go- There isn't.
Right. We
So
are
you're right.
living history right now. This is the single worst decade of professional sports in New York in everyone's lifetime. Welcome to New York. Dude, I blame de Blasio. It's his fault. Get him out of office. By the way, you see what the Staten Island Borough president tweeted today? So apparently New York City has a problem with dirt bikes. They're outlawed on the streets of New York City.
Right.
So they confiscate them if they catch you driving one, right? So they pulled an FSU Friday. So they have a whole line of dirt bikes and a bulldozer, essentially.
And they're going to destroy all
They
of them?
did. And de Blasio's like, memo to dirt bike owners, you're not welcome here. So Jimmy Otto,
What'd
the
he
Staten
do?
Island Borough president, goes, hey, you stole that from Carton. FSU Friday. Yeah. Just add it to the list. Add it to the list.
You ever think that Bill de Blasio would rip something off from you?
No, but everyone
That's
else
a new
does,
one.
so why wouldn't he? Yeah. Go ahead, CeeLo. What do you got?
All right, powered by Superbook, now open with better odds and favorable prices. I don't want to get in the way of the bitch fest.
Yeah,
I
don't.
did give you all the Giants stuff earlier, so a couple different ways we can go here, or you can just kick my ass right out of the studio.
All right.
I do have the Yankee lineup, which is fresh out. I do have a little bit of Yankee news.
Yeah, but that's not
I
till
also,
5.
I'm just letting you know what I've got. I've got a John Sterling piece that I put far too much time in on that's probably going to crash and burn, but Evan will appreciate it, so maybe we save
A
that for a little bit
John
later.
Sterling piece.
Yes, I'll say it this way. For people that were locked in on the Giant game last night, I happened to be driving home from work in the midst of the Yankees falling apart late
Yeah.
and the Giants and the Washington football team
I heard
playing.
it too because once again I can't get yes on Xfinity.
Okay.
So I had to listen to it on the Odyssey app last night, and John was miserable. He also hates Sweeney.
Well,
in my
Really?
opinion.
You
I
got
don't
that
have any-
impression?
I don't have any
I
of
don't know
that.
that as a fact, but it sounds like he hates. Like, will you get Sweeney on the phone? It sounds like he hates Sweeney.
Sweeney, I love
Good luck with that, Tommy. So basically,
I
from,
love
the,
Sweeney.
from the time that Clay Holmes throws the wild pitch in the ninth and the game is tied,
Yes.
to the game-winning hit in the bus, it was one inning, really.
Right.
One full inning.
Right.
There was quite a bit of angst and frustration.
Oh, I love that.
From John.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went through the full inning, the 2 half innings, and I pulled out all the little snippets.
Right.
And I put it together.
How long is
I
it?
ended up with a piece that
that's
was
amazing.
north of 2 minutes.
All right, so we'll do it
That
later
is
today.
Yes.
We'll
amazing.
tease you later today.
Yeah.
You'll hear
I cannot
John Sterling bitching about
wait.
there being one strike to go and the Yankees beating Baltimore. I assume that's what
It
you're
is
getting
classic.
at. One
That-
strike, Sweeney. One strike away. One strike, Sweeney.
that-
a single
I
strike
don't-
away.
To your point, I don't know that he ever says Sweeney's
He
name in
doesn't.
any of these
He
clips.
doesn't
but-
acknowledge Sweeney's presence.
If I was in the
It's
car
crazy.
and I was about to get out of traffic, I would actually drive back into traffic just to wait so
Dude.
I could hear John Sterling bitching and moaning.
was
I
so
love
He
it.
is miserable. The
I
last
love
2
it.
games, I was forced into listening on the app because Xfinity is effing up the Yes Network.
Right.
And yeah, he's just miserable.
Oh, I can't wait.
What are they?
Yeah.
What's what they have? Yes, like are they in a dispute or just
No,
not working?
I don't know. If you have Xfinity and have a problem getting yes lately, It like sometimes it's on, and then you get a little message that goes, we're having trouble getting the signal or something.
Speaking of which, now on your Giants broadcast last night, because it was on locally on NBC.
Yes!
The Spanish broadcast bleeding through right at the beginning of the game.
Dude, you know what's funny, CeeLo? So when you start the Giant game, you very quietly in the background hear Spanish. For 5 minutes, I said to myself, wow, we speak so much Spanish around the house. I'm hearing Spanish.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, Evan, deep breath. It's been a long day. You're hearing stuff. I forgot about it until you just said it.
Now, that's happened on Yes this year as well, where Ricky Ricardo's Spanish radio broadcast has bled through on Yes.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Right. So I don't know what's going on.
That was
with these.
amazing.
The best part of listening to those broadcasts, there's still certain words they say in English.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you don't understand Spanish, you hear New York Yankees. It's always so funny to me. Or
Anthony Rizzo.
Daniel Jones.
Right. Very true. Yes. So
Is it like that in your house? Like with your in-laws, if they're speaking Spanish, do you hear?
Yes.
Evan.
There are words I will pick up on. It's not just names. Like,
Right.
there's words that obviously are the same in English and Spanish. It's logical. So when I hear that word, I'm like, oh, I know what they're talking about.
Got it.
Oh, I got it. Oh, okay, I can pick up on this. But I actually do a better job now of understanding what it's
Yeah,
saying.
my in-laws speak Italian, and it's more than just the words that sound similar in English. They will have a conversation and mix in English and Italian.
Okay.
Like, they'll have that conversation, and all of a sudden, a couple sentences will be in English, and then back to Italian. It's very
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very.
How does your
hard to
mother-in-law
keep up.
make her meatballs? Does she fry them or does she make them in the sauce?
I think they fry them, but I'm not positive.
All right, pinoli nuts in there and raisins.
Yeah, he
or
loves.
no?
Oh, he loves pinoli nuts.
They do?
Raisins.
Love.
A lot of people put raisins in their meatballs.
I don't think he does it for the restaurant, but if he makes them at home, he does put
He puts
white
in?
raisins
Is
and
that
pinoli
right?
nuts. Yeah.
I always found that fascinating. Good.
By the way, just an aside, because we're talking about the different languages in the house. So the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Bucks, have this feature on their website now, Tommy and Gronky.
It's really good.
So
it's very well done.
Yes, and the optics of it is great. They're in the Adirondack chairs out in front of the stadium. They've got the decorations going, the sunglasses on. So another layer of Tom Brady's brilliance came out in the most recent episode of Tommy and Gronky, where the whole thing is they go to Google, they type in their names, and they address like the top questions people ask about them.
Okay.
Can Tom Brady speak Portuguese?
Sim, eu falo português mais. Eu falo português mais casa. E você fala português?
Sim.
Yes, Gronk.
Sim?
See, yeah.
Ah, muito bom,
Hang on. Very good.
muito bom. Te amo muito, meu amor.
Professing his
Gisele.
love for Giselle.
Muy bien.
That's Spanish.
I know.
God,
Gronk is such a mess.
I hate
They
to
were great,
admit
though. They're
that,
great.
That's actually kind of
At
funny.
one point, they talked about him playing
Yes,
at
that's
50
yes.
and getting his wife's permission and all
Here's,
that.
here's the tip.
Good.
Can Tom Brady play until 50 years old?
Wow. Seems to be a really hot question lately. 50 years old.
Yeah, 50.
50.
You're 44. That's 6 more years.
I don't find it so difficult. And plus, in Florida, it's kind of a retiree state, so I feel like I can play and then just glide into retirement. I think I can. I think it's a yes.
So that was the big headline until away. Oh, Brady says he can play
I
until
can't
he's 50.
stand him again. I laughed for the first clip. Now he's just obnoxious.
But
again.
let's credit Gronk, very good interviewer, interviewer.
Yeah.
The follow-up.
You know, there's a little spin to that question. I think it's, will Giselle let Tom play till 50? That's the real question.
That is a way better question. And in fact, why would they not Google that? I think they should. That was, of course, no.
Well, maybe
that answer.
I'm so smart, I'm the Google
I'm
master
just kidding.
now.
I'm sorry, babe. I love you. You would let me. You'd let me do anything as long as I'm happy.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
How about that?
That's his way of trying to set the tone. He's
Telling
telling
her
the stage.
he's going to play at 50 and you're going to let me. Okay, we have a deal. There you go. All right.
Get to the Yankee stuff later?
No, we'll do Yankees later because we're just not in a Yankee frame of mind yet. I want to wrap up some of the Giants stuff first.
Sure.
So just give me what you think. What is the greatest piece of audio from last night's Giant loss? You pick it. I don't care if it's play-by-play.
I already gave you all
I don't
of it
care if we
last
already
hour.
heard it. No, Nobody listens to the whole show.
Okay.
So someone might be in the car right now. They're like, I didn't hear that last night. But you only get one. Here's the deal.
I only get
If we
one.
agree it's great, you get to do more.
Oh.
If we don't agree it's great, we'll see at 5:30.
Huh.
So it's on you. Best piece of audio from last night's game. I think I know what it is.
All right, I'm going to go with this one, which was spliced. This was after the offside on Dexter Lawrence.
Okay.
Giants radio broadcast.
The Giants have earned this defeat if it happens. They've done everything they could not to give themselves the best chance to win. I mean, listen.
Dexter Lawrence, the ball is right in front of you. I mean,
Good preview for what we're going to hear from John Stern later on.
All right, you know what? I'll accept that.
Yeah.
I would have gone with Carl Banks going, there's a bubble.
Yes.
No one's in the bubble. They're going to run into the bubble. And here's the run into the touchdown Washington. They ran into the bubble.
His Tony Romo moment. He predicted what was going to
This
happen.
one was obvious. We could all see it.
That's fair.
That's great. I never referred to as a bubble, but I thought Carl did a great job on that because it's exactly what it was.
Carl calls out what he sees, and what really especially pisses him off, and you understand why, is defensive mistakes.
Of course.
Because he is but that guy had a hell of a career.
That's not even like, okay, we got outplayed.
No, it's
or, hey,
outcoached.
that guy's a better athlete.
It's
or
outcoached.
Our system sucks. That is, Patrick Graham put the Giants on the field after a timeout with 7 dudes all the way to the left side, defensive side.
The overload, as he said.
You had 2 guys covering receivers. So essentially, there's only 2 other guys that could possibly do anything, and they're nowhere near the defensive line, right? And I'm telling you, Heineke walked up and said to himself, I'm being punked. There's no way that's their defense.
Here, you can hear him here.
3rd and 1.
Right here. Go out. Go. He's
Go
here.
here. And I tell you, one other time, there was a quick snap. Oh, shoot, I'm going to forget it. I want to say Heineke. Oh, I know. Was it? I think it was Heineke. The Giants had 2 guys trying to get off the field. Remember that?
Yes.
And Heineke tried to quick snap it.
Giants called a timeout.
And the Giants were forced to call a timeout because Heineke's
Giants.
Like, let's go. There's just 2 guys running off the field.
That was the part of the disorganization we saw last night. There are so many examples, especially coming out of timeouts, which just has no excuse, where they look like they didn't know what they were doing. That's why Patrick Graham, in a lot of ways, has had the roughest 2 weeks you could imagine.
It's like in any sport, when you call a timeout, the very first play after the timeout kind of gives you an idea on what kind of coach you have. And I mean that for basketball, too, which is another story. But, yeah, like you come out of that timeout and you're still unprepared.
They look like more of a mess out of timeouts.
Or when you have back-to-back motion penalties on offense. Like, what are you doing?
That killed them.
And if you remember, they got to delay a game after their own timeout. They called a timeout, came back, and couldn't get the ball snapped.
Yeah.
They got to delay a game.
Well, that was the same penalty. That was actually because it was, and it's funny. It was either going to be a delay of game or it was going to be a snap infraction. So they ended up calling it the snap infraction, but the clock was hitting 0. So it just shows you they basically committed 3 penalties coming out of a timeout.
And I'm also shocked they didn't run the ball on the 3rd down on the last drive, with 2:16.
Well, I disagree with that.
Well, it's going to get to the 2-minute warning, right?
Dude, at that point, you've got to go make a play.
Yeah, but I think Daniel Jones is the play. That's what I'm saying.
No, if your argument is go run with Daniel Jones, that's fine. They should have done that from the beginning. But I don't necessarily think because you ran on 1st and 2nd down, you're committed to doing it again.
I know this is 20/20 hindsight, so I agree that it is. But the Washington's lined up waiting for the run. They assume you're going to run 3 times to make us use our timeouts.
Right.
It is the perfect time. If you're going to throw on 3rd down, all right, if you're not going to throw on 3rd down, I take this back. But since they're willing to throw on 3rd down, you got to be willing to throw on 1st or 2nd, right? Same thing. The fact that Redskins, whatever, the Washington football team, they're waiting for the run, and there's only 1 guy there to run the ball, right? Unless you do the option, which they're not going to do. That's the perfect play time for the play action pass. For something outside.
But time-wise,
they're
it
all
made
scrunched in the middle.
No, I get what you're saying, but time-wise, it made no sense to run on 3rd down. Like the problem was Joe Judge's focus was the clock. That shouldn't have been his focus. His focus should be, I got to get a 1st down. I got to win this game. You're so close to the 2-minute warning that running on 3rd down wouldn't have done anything to the clock. So what you've got to do on 3rd and 7 is guess what? Get 7 yards. Unfortunately, I didn't make the play. I think you look for Sterling Shepard on that play.
I also think, by the way, that there was really poor clock operation from whoever's in charge of the official clock, because there's no way that field goal took as long as they said it took. There was no way. The field goal ran down, was it 5 seconds?
It was 5 seconds.
No way. That ball was through the uprights.
So what does that mean?
And
There
they
should have
let
been a
the
second
clock
left?
run to 2 minutes. Meaning
Oh, you're talking about the field goal. I'm sorry, the field goal the Giants hit.
Yeah, that clock, there's no way that took 5 seconds. I don't know. I'm nitpicking, but I want to.
Something just occurred to me, Evan. You keep bringing up Patrick Graham.
Yeah.
He lost a large amount of weight this summer. He wouldn't say how much, and he didn't have lap band surgery, but remember what happened to Rex after he lost. I'm just saying.
He forgot how to be a DC because he lost weight.
Guru in New York.
Solid point.
Lost a ton of weight.
I knew you'd eat it up.
It's early, but so far.
That is a very, very good point.
Not
Rex
looking good.
Ryan stopped being Rex when he was on the cover of GQ. He stopped being Rex Ryan. He wasn't the fat guy who licks his wife's toes and gets sloppy at wrestling events or hockey games and flips people the bird. He became, look at me. I look good in a suit now. His whole thing changed. I agree.
So Patrick Graham needs to
I can't say that about Patrick Graham.
Well, that's what he's implying.
Well,
but
he's
I
healthier
understand the
himself.
reference.
Yes.
If Rex gained 30 pounds right now,
Well,
I'd sign him to be the Giants head coach.
He's put back a lot of the weight.
Then the Giants should go get him. I love Rex. The Rex Ryan would be great for the New York
Can you
Giants.
imagine a Giant fan having to live with Rex Ryan as their head
By
coach?
the way, you'd love him.
Are you talking me?
No, you're not a Giant fan.
Giant fans would not love him. I don't think you understand. You don't understand Giant fans. They hated the guy
riding the ship.
They hated the guy when he was the head coach
They
of the
hated
Jets.
him because he had a big mouth with the Jets.
And he
was
also
successful.
covered the championship banners or trophies or whatever the hell he did.
He did his job as Jet head coach. You'd love him.
He
Here's
did his
the
job for
problem.
2 years and then he failed.
Here's
if
the
we're being
problem.
honest.
You're a Daniel Jones guy, yeah?
I've always said I think Daniel Jones is a good quarterback.
Well, you know what Rex said
I've
after
never
week
wavered
one
on
on
that.
national television?
I do not.
I'm done with Daniel Jones. So he's not going to be the Giant head coach as long as Daniel Jones is here.
I've never wavered on the fact I think Daniel Jones is a competent NFL quarterback.
Yes. Well, he showed it last night.
And you saw it last night.
Yeah.
You know, it's like anything. Give anyone protection. At that level, they should be pretty good. Yeah. And he was pretty good having some protection.
More than the
to throw
protection,
the
though,
ball.
he also played the game smart. He played a very, very smart game. He was very accurate.
Did you see on his very first run, it was down the left side, maybe, I don't know, it was like 8-9 yard run. As he's close to the sideline, he went like this. 2 hands on the ball. he was hugging that ball like he was his child.
Dude, he was all over it.
Yeah.
He was smart, man.
So 877-337-6666. Good job, CeeLo. We'll get the Yankee stuff coming up next update for sure. And we've Aaron Boone coming up in less than an hour. I wonder if Aaron Boone's coming to the comedy show. Well, you know, they might not be able to. They may be flying to Boston. That might be a travel day for them, Ev.
Well,
they may not be around for that.
They're off that day, going to Boston, but the day before they're at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, but
so could he delay his move to Boston by saying, all right, I'll go to Boston right after the comedy show?
Yeah, but the comedy show doesn't start till 8. It's not going to end till after 10.
So drive to Boston when he's done.
Yeah, that's my guess. He's probably flying, is my guess.
So you're saying he's out?
That's my gut, yeah. My gut is that he's out. I have to invite somebody else.
Well, the Mets are off. Want to invite Luis Rojas?
I think Willie Colon might be coming.
Nice.
Bruce Beck might be coming. We'll see. See how it goes. Going to bring some folks you know to the show so you get to enjoy meeting some people. And Evan's doing a minute of time, and I really want NBC Sports to cover that. So I've asked Bruce to bring a camera to cover it.
I think that's going to be a problem.
Well,
and I'll tell you
what's
why.
going to be a problem? You're not backing out now.
No, I'm not backing out.
Just don't do the bit about having sex with your wife.
I
and you'll
don't
be fine.
think a lot of my material would be able to be on NBC.
Oh, you going blue?
I may go blue.
Evan's going blue?
I may.
So a lot of it, like 45 seconds of the 60 minutes, of the 60 seconds, or like how much of the minute is going to be blue?
It depends if it sticks. If it sticks, it could be the whole routine.
Oh, okay.
You know, I got to feel I got to see if it's funny or not.
Well, the crowd's going to be in a good mood and laughing, and they'll be drunk. So you do have a
So
have
I'm in
a
business
shot.
then? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is you have a shot. That's all I'm saying is you got a shot.
That's right.
Now it's up to you to deliver.
I will do my best. Like anything in life,
I hope that
I'll
you kill
do
it.
my best. No,
I think there's a chance you get a lot of laughs. I do.
I think that you're rooting for me the way you root for Joe Judge and the Giants. Like, you got
No,
that
I don't root for
smile on.
them.
Exactly. That's my point.
Mike, I did want them to win last night. I did.
Right.
Because the longer they're relevant, the better it is for us professionally. Like if the Giants are knocked out of this, legitimately, if they're 1-5, it's kind of like the Mets now. We're not talking about them. So why would I want that? It limits the available things to talk about.
I understand that, and that's a good long-term view, but I think sometimes you're a short-term guy, and I think you get a lot of joy. You've enjoyed today's show.
I've enjoyed every bit of today's show.
And you've enjoyed today's show more than you would have enjoyed today's show if Dexter wasn't offsides. Do you agree with that
Say
statement?
that again?
you have enjoyed today's show and would have enjoyed today's show more than if Dexter Lawrence wasn't offside and we were doing a show after a Giant win.
There's no, I disagree with that. But
I don't believe you.
I would say this. There is a part of me, I don't know why I don't like him. Like, as a guy, I'm sure he's a great guy. I want to be clear. I am separating the individual from the job. All right? I guess there's a part of when we celebrate failure, it bothers me. And I'm bothered that we've celebrated 6-10 as Giant fans. That bothers me.
Craig.
So I think
you have to be so careful with this. You're a Jet fan.
I'm good.
You celebrated a competent second half last week. And by the way, as did I.
I didn't celebrate it.
Dude.
I just said it looks like I got a kid who can play quarterback.
Okay.
That's all.
They're 0-1.
Fair enough.
There's a really good chance the Jets are going to win maybe 5 or 6 games.
Then talk to me when that happens. I'll let you know how I feel.
Okay.
But in the moment, I don't like celebrating failure. And I think for some reason we've celebrated failure where if they had won last night, I think you get an even more arrogant, cocky Joe Judge. And it's not based on success. And that, is, I don't know, it just fascinates me. Like, who are we? I thought we were New Yorkers.
I am
Why
now,
do we tolerate this?
I am now fascinated by you and how you can manage to remain being consistent about this.
Watch.
Because you said on the air numerous times to all of us listening, the Jets are going to win 10 games.
Yes.
Okay? You also said Zach Wilson and the Jets will beat Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers. That's already not happened. And I haven't heard you destroy the Jets. I haven't heard a Beningo-esque rant from you about the Jets. And considering you don't like to celebrate mediocrity, and considering you are all about winning,
that's right.
Then where is that anger?
Well,
I expect anger on Monday if we don't beat the Patriots on Sunday.
They're not going to lose to the Patriots.
Well, if they don't,
please.
I feel good, too, about this game. I feel a little different than you.
They're going to beat the Patriots.
If they don't win on Sunday, then if you want to be consistent and you want to be Mr. Tough Guy, we're New York.
Not tough guy. I'm just keeping it real.
Then keep it real.
I'm a humble, average, everyday, blue-collar guy. There's nothing special about me. And on Monday, if my beloved football team embarrasses themselves and lose to the Patriots and go 0-2, you'll hear about it on Monday.
Because I didn't hear any vitriol after losing to the Panthers, a game you said the Jets would win.
Yeah. What happened?
Exactly.
Well, they won the second half.
Okay. My point exactly.
They ended on an up note.
We ended on an up note. We won. And I want to make it clear, fellow Jet fans, I'm not in agreement with him. I can celebrate mediocrity when I'm that far away from winning and when the bar is that low. And unfortunately, and this is sad to say, Craig, the New York Giants and the New York Jets have set an insanely low bar over the last few years.
Not for me. I don't celebrate losing. I never will. I can't. I just don't have it in me. I don't. So Monday will be an interesting show for us.
Make the T-shirt. We won the second half.
If we had a store, I would. 877-337-6666 coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire.
Carton Roberts is presented by Grubhub. Grubhub guarantees your food will get to you on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps, or you'll get at least $5 in perks. Grubhub works hard to serve restaurants.
Getting your favorite restaurants delivered to your door just got better. Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. It's our promise to deliver the food you love on time and give you the lowest price. Or you'll get $5 off your next order. Experience your food just like the restaurant intended. That's the Grubhub Guarantee.
Dan Wilbur tweeted, got an email from Untuckit. Dude, every shirt's an Untuckit shirt right now. Mr. Wilbur, I just don't know if that's true. Every man deserves to wear a perfectly fitted Untuckit that falls at just the right length. However, due to production limitations, we can't make enough Untuckit shirts for every man on Earth. Lots of men are still wearing poorly fitted traditional shirts. Keeps me up at night. Find your shirt today at untuckit.com.
It's your heads up. It's your backup. It's your forward-thinking, never blinking, always at the ready step up. The Hyundai Sonata. It's your journey. own it. Lease a Sonata for $159 a month or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
Don't let anyone tell you there are things we cannot change. We've done hard things before. We'll face hard things again, but we're doing it. Thousands of people will live simply because a whole bunch of people in here keep making medicine better. So if anyone ever tells you there's no other way, don't listen. We find a way. Mount Sinai.
Staying active, staying strong, staying hydrated are top priorities for me. All these help me to push boundaries and perform my best. Stay at it, stay active, stay hydrated with Smart Water Alkaline.
Tonight, Francisco Lindor looks to lead the Mets to victory over NL East rivals at home as they set out to gain some ground in the division by burying Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Coverage begins with City pregame tonight at 6:30 only on SNY. SNY Play Ball, presented by Chick-fil-A, is back, looking to help local basketball leagues in need continue play, providing grants.
A lot of the students are going to be excited when they see the uniform that we could purchase with our money.
Clinics.
They teach us things that we never been taught before, and then at the same time, it's fun.
Equipment donations and special Harlem Globetrotter experiences.
Kids were chomping at the bit to get into this particular event.
If you know a local basketball league in need, apply today at sny.tv/playball.
Oh, dog food. Get more to your door with DoorDash.
This is my first time trying on glasses at home.
So cute! 5 different frames from Warby Parker.
Oh, this one's better. Ooh. Ah. Hey.
The virtual try-on is perfect. Like, they look like they're on my face. Like, look at this. Just swipe and switch.
These are definitely a keeper.
I think these are the one. Ooh, these look good.
That was so easy. They make it so fun and fabulous.
That's my face before Curology. Man, I don't miss that. Curology was straight up simple. All right, 1 bottle? This is already easier. I put it on before bed and it just does its thing. My confidence blew up. Curology changed everything.
Oh, man, all out of bourbon. Looks like one of us is gonna have to go to the store.
Or we can get drinks delivered fast with Drizzly. Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Plus, Drizzly lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Drizzly.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
What makes new Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Competition. I kill it like the opposition. Living everything I dreamed of. Doing everything you think of. The way I work, I'm on the brink of. Doing numbers like a brake truck. I'm on new level.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant.
the Lexus NX. With pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form.
Lease the 2021 NX300 all-wheel drive for $429 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
What do you want from your sportsbook? The best odds? Daily, personalized promotions? Same-game parlays you can boost for even more? How about a faster app with easier withdrawals and complete security? Sounds like you don't want to just bet. You want to live your bet life. Welcome to PointsBet. New customers get risk-free bets up to $2,000.
I know you don't care, but just for the fun of it.
No.
Like, you think I care when you get in the weeds on Nets basketball?
Yes,
but you do it.
I think actually you do
and
care.
I sit and I listen.
I think actually deep down you're like, I'm interested in this.
I'm not interested, but I
got to hear the song again because I really wasn't like listening.
Don't.
Wow. Okay.
There's some bands that just have a sound you know in literally one note. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
No. Okay, you tried. You tried.
Did I?
I don't know. But
I literally just named anything that came to
gave it a shot. It's what we call the old college try.
You know what? I'm going to admit something about Led Zeppelin. When I was a kid.
That was not Led Zeppelin, by the way.
Like 5 years ago. I thought Led Zeppelin was a person. I did. I was like, Led Zeppelin. And then I realized it was actually
there's a great female group in Long Island. They are all lesbians. Mm-hmm. And they do cover Zeppelin songs, and the name of the band is Les Zeppelin.
I like it.
And they're really good.
Very creative.
Very talented women. Real quick, on the Jets side, just in case you missed it, Mekhi Becton opted to have surgery on the knee, and now they're saying 4 to 8. So that's official. I'm not sure when he's having the surgery. Is it Wednesday?
4 to 8.
So Wednesday surgery, 4 to 8.
We live in a world in which George Fant is the Jets' starting left tackle.
If you know what's weird about that, like when When what's his name went out last night with a broken leg.
Yes.
Everyone assumed, okay, this is going to be.
They played better.
They did.
And to your point, because this is what I actually thought you were going to say.
The Giants' offensive line.
What I thought you were going to say, and this would be a perfect retort, so I'll retort myself. The Jets' offensive line played better when Becton went out. So as much as like George Fant being the starting left tackle is scary, it actually improved in the second half. I think what just sucks about it is Mekhi Becton's one of those guys you circle and you say he's going to be on the team for the next 10 years. He's a part of the future.
Well, that's why they drafted him.
So even in a season in which the Jets are not going to win more games than they lose and it's a rebuilding year, a lot of it is about seeing young players that are going to be a part of this roster. And so it just stinks that yet again Mekhi Becton's missing time.
Yeah, here's Danny in Levittown on the fan. Danny, what's going on, handsome?
Hey, Craig. Hey, Evan. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
So, Evan, I called about a month ago. I was on my way to Philly to meet my girlfriend to go see the Mets and Phillies.
Yes, I remember this, yeah.
Yes, and they were in first place.
Yes.
Fast forward a month later, I'm with my girlfriend right now in the car, and we're on our way to Mets and Phillies. I'm a broken Mets fan. She calls Bryce Harper Brycey, and I can't take it anymore. So, Evan, I need some words
aren't you
of
the
encouragement.
couple that wanted to sit right near first base?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, or right field to see
And his
Bryce. Wasn't that
girlfriend
the deal?
loves Bryce Harper.
So who's driving, you or your girlfriend?
I'm driving right now.
And where are you on the on the turnpike? Where you at?
We're actually about to pass the Jackie Robinson.
Oh, you're close.
Got it.
You're not
All
too
right, so
far
you're
off.
close.
All right.
All right, so is there a rest stop nearby? You near one of those gas stations, like in between the airport and Jones Beach, or no?
No, we're actually passing construction.
Airport in Jones Beach.
Yeah.
Do you even know where he said he is?
Is there a safe place to pull over where she'd be okay?
I can go on speaker.
Say that again.
I can go on speakerphone.
No, I don't want her to hear me. I want to know from you: is there a safe place to pull over?
Right now, no.
Okay, the next time you see a safe place to pull over, you have to tell her to get out of the car. That's your advice. But you have to videotape it just to see her reaction. Okay?
Oh, she would leave me if I did that.
All right, what's your girlfriend's name?
Jenna.
Denim?
Jenna. How do you not hear but I
She's
hear?
a dancer? He didn't say no.
No, yeah, her name is Jenna.
I'm going with the fact that you're dating a dancer named Denim. I like it. It's a much better story for me.
Who wants to hook up with Bryce Harper by the end of the night?
Exactly right. I don't even know what your question was. What was your question?
What was the advice? What do you want me to tell you? Should you go to the game? Like, what do you want to know?
Well, I need some words of encouragement, Evan, because we were sitting in right field behind Bryce Harper. I think, and he waved at her. I'm not kidding you. He waved at her.
Why? She's hot. Your girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured as much.
The only thing I could look, the Mets are dead. The Phillies still have a half a shot. And by the way, Bryce Harper should be the National League MVP. So here's what I would do. Next time Bryce Harper even starts to look towards your girlfriend, I just want you to stand up and scream at the top of your lungs, Papelbon! Papelbon!
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
No one gets that right.
You know who gets it?
He does?
Bryce Harper gets it.
No, what you do is...
Isn't that what the whole point is?
No. You misread that situation.
Okay, explain it to me then, Uncle
Dan,
Craig.
if she's that hot that she gets Bryce Harper's attention, and I'm going to assume that she's beautiful, okay? When he looks over, you grab her like you're returning from war, and you stick your tongue right down her throat. And then you go, hey, Bryce, you like apples? I got her number. How about them apples?
Deal. And she loves the movie Good Will Hunting. So it's
Perfect. All right, let us know how that goes. Good luck to you.
I have to admit, that was a much better idea.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking he wants to piss off Bryce Harper. What else am I going to come up with?
Well, we have different, obviously, life experiences.
I taught Bryce something about someone everyone forgot about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and you just say, just make out with your girlfriend.
Yeah. Right, and hopefully, I'm not saying be aggressive with her. I'm saying hopefully she, engages.
Well, I'm sure she'll be up for it. She likes them.
Yeah.
If they're together.
You like apples? I don't know if he's going to look at her long enough to hear all that, but you got to give it a shot. Yes.
Well, when he comes back with, I have a $300 million contract, probably.
Yeah, Denim's on her way
on
right down to the dugout. That's exactly right. Oh, Denim, where are you going? I love you.
I can't get over your description of Jones Beach as he's telling you.
Yeah.
He's right near the Jackie Robinson. Like, I don't know what was going on in your Google Maps of a brain.
Yeah, right between Jones Beach and the stadium. You got to drive on the Jackie Robinson Parkway. If you're from Philly, that's where you're going. No.
There's going to be so many Philly fans.
I love how that bothered you.
No, I wouldn't say it bothered me. It made me laugh.
Yes.
You think I was bothered by your lack of knowledge of the highway system?
No, we change road names so often around here.
Dude, the Jackie Robinson has been the Jackie Robinson, I'm not joking,
20
for
years.
20-plus years.
Yeah, it's still too much.
Do you know what it used to be called?
I used to.
Come on.
Yeah.
See, now I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you like Would you like it to be multiple choice?
Yeah, please.
So one option is
no.
I didn't say it.
Because you're not going to give me the right answer on A.
You're right. Damn it.
So what's B? Just what is it? I forget. What is it?
The Interborough.
It's not really a road.
It was the Interborough.
The Interborough.
Was it the Interborough Parkway, I think?
No one ever called it the Interborough.
Dude, that's all it was called.
For
And then
real?
it was renamed the Jackie Robinson.
I lived my entire life here. I've never once called it the Interborough Parkway.
Were you ever driving from Brooklyn to Queens?
Of course. Who hasn't?
All right.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you know.
The Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. The Jackie Robinson used to be called the Interborough Parkway until I think it was when they retired 42 around baseball in 1997. I think that they announced the same thing all in the same moment.
Well, then you wouldn't be between Jones Beach and the stadium.
I know. Yeah, hence my laughing. Hence my what the heck. See, you know what it reminds me of? Craig probably says so much BS that I don't know that I let go because I'm like, I don't know. But he said something that I did know.
Did we tell Nick Teixeira to call back today?
We did.
I think we did, right?
Yes, we did.
I think if the Yankees are back in the wild card lead, you'll chill a bit and be cool. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen the way I hoped it would. And Nicky T's back. Nicky Bones, what's going on?
How you doing, Craigie?
Good.
And Evan?
Are you a Giant fan too, Nick, or just you focused on baseball?
Well, I am a Giant fan. I know they lost by 1 point last night, so that was a little sad. I mean, I'm not as hardcore as I used to be with the LT.
Let me ask
Phil
you
Simms
this.
days, but the Yankees go with the Giants. You know that. Yankees,
course,
Giants,
yes.
Knicks,
Of course.
Jets, Mets, and the Nets.
What was it like for you watching that wild pitch with 2 strikes last night?
To be honest, I took a day off. I was just checking the score because my marriage was on the line. My wife is saying baseball is killing our marriage. So I had to just pay attention with the wife. So I was checking the phone.
Yep.
It was 2-1, and I saw a man on third. I said, sometimes I'll stay on the phone psychologically to see what happens.
Right.
They go by the pitch with the MLB app, but I didn't do that. I turned the freaking phone off. I checked back later. I see 2-2. I said, oh, my God, something must have happened. Because Holmes, I have trust that Holmes could get that third out. And then when I saw, complete disaster.
Well, you know what? He did get the third out. Gary Sanchez couldn't stop a baseball that I thought was very stoppable. That's what it came down to.
Oh. No, listen, I love Sanchez. I do love him as a hitter, but he's a disaster. He's a disaster.
Yeah.
He cannot catch. And in a high leverage, just like Gleyber Torres that finally, what cracks me up about this team, guys, is they were going very well with Velasquez. They were going well with Odor. Why automatically? You have a suspect team. You have a suspect offense, but you had a decent defense at one time, a little bit. Why not stay with it?
Because you're enamored by what Gleyber Torres can be. And I think that's the reason. You remember how good he was, what you used to say about Gleyber 2 years ago. And so when he comes back healthy, there's this hope, hey, what if he's the guy from 2 years ago?
Yeah, but you got to look at what's going on. A couple of years ago, they were doing very good. I think it was 19. They were winning with the likes of Cameron Maybin and all these other guys.
It was incredible, yes.
It was incredible. And then all of a sudden, Eddie the Parrot, all these other guys, I forget all the names, it's all the suspects, all the big names on the back of the baseball card, all that, gosh, they put them back in, and then they tanked.
Yeah, that's what bothers me, Nicky, about this team, too. And I know Aaron's in a weird spot. We're going to talk to him here in about 10 minutes. The team was rocking and rolling, but then you get big names back, and they're ready to go.
But what specifically shouldn't they have done? Like, is the Gleyber Torres really the thing? Like, if Andrew Velasquez was playing every day and Gleyber Torres never came back, would things be different right now?
Don't know.
Did they lose last night's game because of that?
They might be. You got to go with chemistry. You got to go with chemistry. You got to go with what's working, and it was working.
On that.
Get a big hit. Isn't that what?
Yeah,
really
but I went
wins?
Nick on that. There was a different vibe to this team. There was no one's saying Odor's the greatest third baseman in the world. He's not. But there was a different vibe with him. There's a vibe with Greg Allen.
I understand all of that, but when a
Velasquez.
baseball player comes back whose track record says he's better, you wouldn't play that better player?
Yeah, listen, I don't know what I would do. I know that it's broken.
Not necessarily. I mean, listen, case in point, Andrew Hart couldn't play, right?
Right.
They got this guy on the cheap, Gio, and he started producing. So they kept him there. So they didn't just give him the job
But
right
in fairness, Andrew Velasquez was hitting 225.
Yeah, listen, here's the deal.
But he was playing solid D.
Here's the deal.
He was playing solid D, and he was doing a lot of little things. It's not always just the numbers.
I get it.
More importantly, did you save the marriage last night? Are we good?
We're okay right now.
All
Yeah.
right.
Because she has said, I've gotten too carried away. She says it's not fun anymore. But I blame this team. I've 39 years. No, I blame the team because I've never seen anything so infuriating, so exasperating. And listen, they probably aren't as good as we thought.
Fair enough, but I'll say this. I think that would hold up in court. I'm just saying.
I think you might be right, Craig. You might be right.
If it goes south,
I'm bracing for the worst. I'm bracing for the worst.
Here's the good news. Here's the good news.
Nicky, talk to you, buddy.
It'll all be over 2 weeks from Sunday.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Oh, okay.
Don't even start with that negative crap, sir. Don't start with that. I got Aaron Boone coming up in 10 minutes. I don't want to hear your negativity.
So you're feeling positive?
The Yankees are making the wild card game. I'm not going to make any predictions beyond that right now.
Okay.
I've never wavered on the fact that they will be a wild card team. So I'm not going to start with, how many games we got left?
Well, you got
12,
3,
14,
6,
13,
9,
something?
like 15 games.
Well, what's their record? Anybody know?
Who, the Yankees?
Yeah. You got that in front of you? I don't feel like looking it up.
I think they're like 18 over 5, maybe 19
They
now.
are 82 and 65.
82. I got to get a pen.
Hold on. What are you trying to figure out?
Bro,
don't, 500.
Hold on.
All right.
Don't overanalyze this.
What's 5 plus 2?
They're tied with the
7.
Red Sox in the loss column. They're one behind the Blue Jays.
I don't care about that. I'm doing numbers. Let me do my math.
Is this that math equation you tweeted out last night?
By the way, it's the first time in the history of Twitter being invented that Twitter got stumped. I was doing math with my son last night because I'm brilliant at math, and I couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure out the value of F.
What'd you get on the SAT in math?
800.
Come on.
All right?
800.
I couldn't figure it out, so I go, let me go to Twitter because it was bothering me. Right? I go, I need an answer to this question. Twitter couldn't get it.
How do you? Because you tried to use what they said.
Because none of the answers were right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still unsolved.
Someone gave me multiple solutions, but the question was, what's the one answer?
Huh.
So I don't think multiple solutions were allowed.
And this for Lucky?
And I don't know how you answer the question. It was for me.
Oh.
We do math for fun at my house.
All right.
So they have 15 games to go. 15. Well, I don't see why they can't go 15-0.
Sure. They already had a 13-game winning streak.
I give you this. If they go 15-0, they will play in the wild card game. I can guarantee
15-0
that.
gets them to 97 wins.
Yes, they will. They will not only be in the wild card game, Craig. If they go 15-0, they'll host the wild card.
By the way, ever since I told Aaron Boone they had to be 15-7 over the last 22, they're what, 3-2?
Is that where they're at?
I'm asking you.
When did you say that?
When they had 22 games to go. So 5 games
they lost
ago.
2 out of 3 to the Mets, so 1 and 2.
It was
so they're 3-3.
3-3?
Yeah, when did we have them on?
22 games to go.
Okay, so it was 6 games ago. And they're 3-3.
No,
Okay.
I'm still right.
3-2, right?
Well, you just
3-3.
There's only
22
17 games left.
I thought you said 15.
15 games left. 7 games
7
to go.
games.
They're 3-4 maybe.
Oh, 4-3.
7 bushes.
4-3 we're going with? Anybody want to jump in on that?
I got to
You
look
guys,
back now.
I came in here to give you the lineup and some news before you get
All
Boone
right, we'll
on.
get news. One sec.
The Yankees
One sec. He's on in 7 minutes.
Don't worry.
The Yankees are 3-4 since you
Okay.
made that declaration. I
So
forgot about the Thursday game because we actually had Boone on a Thursday as opposed to a Friday, and they lost that game to the
Right.
Blue Jays to complete the sweep. But since then, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets, and they won 2 out of 3
So
against
I
the Orioles.
told them they had to go 15-7.
You're forgetting the Minnesota
in
game.
Minnesota, right? The Minnesota game.
4 wins.
Great.
They're 4-3 over the last 7.
Christ, you guys. I mean, you're the worst.
Well, Evan just blurting out falsehoods.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, actually,
2 for you
all
today.
day. I mean, he was wrong about the other thing.
Yeah.
Actually,
he's been wrong all day, Evan.
All day you're wrong.
Actually, you're wrong.
And this time I corrected you.
There were 23 games left when we had the discussion.
All right, here's the deal.
Yes.
They got to go 11-4 for my prediction to be right. All right, I see that happening.
Is this about your stupid prediction or the Yankees making the playoffs? I forgot. I'm confused.
My prediction is that the Yankees make the playoffs.
I know, but it's not about being 11-4. It's about just winning enough games to be ahead of the Blue Jays or Red Sox. That's it.
11-4. That's what it's about. CeeLo, what do you got?
The lineup. You want to do it?
All right.
Well,
Good.
Evan.
Sponsored.
We're also powered by Superbook, now open with better odds and favorable prices. And Evan, go ahead.
Brought to you by Jersey Mike's, the official sub sandwich shop of the New York Yankees, by the Sportsbook at Wind Creek, Bethlehem. Play online or in person. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Got to be quick here, so let's fly through it. You got
DJ.
Yes, third base.
Anthony Rizzo.
First base.
Aaron Judge.
Right field.
Giancarlo Stanton.
DH.
Joey Gallo.
Left field.
Gleyber Torres.
Second base.
Gio Urshela.
Shortstop.
I'm still right?
Yep.
I mean, it's on the screen.
Oh, I didn't even look.
He's not looking.
He looked.
Oh, now I'm looking. I was
Gardner
actually going to say Gary Sanchez, but I'm wrong.
Coach's son continues to play,
Well,
starting
he's
lineup.
one of
It's
their hotter hitters,
unbelievable.
Well, shouldn't he play?
It's unbelievable.
Shouldn't he
to me.
play, or should he not?
Yeah, he's earned it. He has.
He's earned it.
Where was he in the second inning yesterday? Pop-up.
Well, you're right. Yesterday he didn't hit.
How about getting
Yesterday,
hit with
he had
2 men on?
He also got the game-winning hit the night before.
Yeah, he did. That's
Okay.
true.
You got
I
to go
love
to
Brett
break.
Gardner.
Ask Boone about Severino's sim game. And
Why would I care about that right now? I'm in a pennant race. What are you talking
Because
about?
they need him for the bullpen.
I'm trying to tee you up here for the
sorry.
news.
I don't
Ask
know.
him about Severino's sim game and about Domingo Germán. Okay?
I don't know, Craig, if you've noticed.
They're both coming back?
Ask him.
I don't know if you've noticed
11-4
this.
sounds better and better.
The New York Yankee bullpen is kind of a mess. They're trusting Clay Holmes to get big outs. They could use Luis Severino and Domingo Germán yesterday.
You know who else they could use right about now? Luis Sessa.
Oh, hold on, Sessa.
Don't do this. You know what? Can I defend the Yankees here?
Sure.
So Luis Sessa has been great for the Cincinnati Reds. The Yankees didn't know when they
he's not
dumped
even here.
Luis Sessa
Dude, I'm
that
messing.
Darren O'Day was going to get hurt, Loizaga was going to get hurt, Britton was going to get hurt,
Oh, yeah.
Chad Green was going to give up 0-2 home runs all the time. I mean, come on.
I'm joking. I was done with Sessa 2 years ago. Ask about Loizaga too. Okay, I'm helping
hurt.
you out. A wink, wink.
My man,
Yeah.
because I was going to ask him if Sessa's going to be available.
I'd have loved to hear Boone's reaction if you said, so Aaron, Luis Sessa's pitching well. Do you miss him? Just to see what
All
you
right,
would
so
say.
I'm going to ask him about Severino, Domingo Germán, and Loizaga coming back for the final 15. All
There you
right.
go.
Good job, CeeLo. CeeLo will have an update after we talk to Aaron Boone.
The John Sterling masterpiece.
Grubhub loves restaurants, from the food to the passion and determination of the people behind them. They know that a restaurant's reputation matters. Good food deserves good service, delivered fast, fresh, and exactly how restaurants intended it to be. Restaurants work hard to serve their customers, and Grubhub works hard to serve them. That's why Grubhub is introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. Grubhub guarantees your food will get to you on time, within the delivery window, and for the lowest price compared to other apps, or you'll get back at least $5 in perks. Order now through the Grubhub app or online, and grub what you love.
Carton and Roberts on SNY is brought to you by Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or pumpkin spice signature latte at Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew. America runs on Dunkin'.
Caleb Gardner tweeted, "Can someone please explain Untuck It to me? I just don't understand the positioning. Shirts designed to be worn untucked have existed for a long, long time. Mr. Gardner, respectfully, there's a difference between a shirt that can be worn untucked and a shirt designed to be worn untucked. You could use a leaf blower as a hairdryer. You can use a shoe as a pillow. But wouldn't you rather have something designed specifically for what you need it for? Find your shirt today at untuckit.com.
My routine keeps me strong, physically and mentally. But sometimes it's the little things, like hydration, that help me stay on top of my game. Stay smart, stay refreshed, stay active with Smart Water Alkaline.
3 roommates. 2 packs of Ben's Original Jasmine Rice. 1, 2, 3 social feeds. 3 real-life BFFs. We're all original recipes.
Get a free second number from Text Now. Use it for dating and your side hustle. buying and selling online. Calling long distance. With Text Now, give out your number and nothing more.
It's just never boring around here.
The latest baseball chatter.
That's when you know he's in trouble.
With the only opinions.
This is a bona fide power hitter.
You need.
Don't worry about the booing. Don't be so defensive about that.
On Baseball Night in New York, presented by Cadillac. Weeknights at 6, only at SNY.
You want to get this close to the action this weekend? Order NFL Sunday Ticket and watch every live out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon, no matter where you live. Oops.
Dak Prescott and the high-flying Cowboys head to L.A. to take on Keenan Allen and the Chargers. George Kittle and the 49ers look to strike gold as they take on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. You get every game. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS and get NFL Sunday Ticket to watch live out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Upgrade today.
All the best in entertainment. Yeah, you've got it. All the live channels.
Can't stop greatness.
All the 80,000 plus movies and shows.
Crank it all the way up.
All the drama.
Why are you messing with me?
All the love.
Sometimes you look up and life is different.
All the laughter. On all your screens. Even this one.
This is exciting.
No wonder you're all in.
Let's do this.
And no wonder we're #1.
Revolution will be televised.
DirecTV.
Dear America, I'm revving up to say, I'll always go the extra mile for you. With the latest tech and all-wheel drive. Thank you for making me the best-selling car in America. Be well, Camry.
Right now, get 1,000 customer cash on a new 2021 Camry, or get 1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Camry Hybrid. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Meet Dom, left fielder, first baseman, and overall nice guy.
Great snag.
Need a clutch hit? Just call Dom. Because he's a big bat with an even bigger heart.
Dom Smith with an opposite field grand slam. Oh, made the catch. Oh, wow. With the Mets down to their final strike, Dom Smith with the tying hit.
Watch Dominic Smith's story continue with the Mets on SNY.
Need long-lasting freshness? Try new Febreze Unstoppables Touch Fabric Spray. It doesn't just eliminate odors. Simply shake and spray to unlock the breakthrough power of touch-activated scent technology that lasts, even hours later. That's because Febreze Touch stores scent in your fabrics, so you get bursts of freshness with every touch. Your whole world will come alive. Welcome home to fresh with new Febreze Touch.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more yard work, teamwork, long walks.
Game on!
That's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function or better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma?
Hey, come on!
Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
With Sweeney last night, and I'm wondering, he was asking more about Glaber and, kind of like the mental toughness and being aware of what's going on, that kind of stuff. And then I'm juxtaposing that with, Gary last night. And I just wonder, generally speaking, where are you with Gary and then Glaber as far as, doing the right thing and making the basic plays that they got to make, especially considering how last night's game kind of came to an end?
Yeah, tough ending last night. Obviously, a couple plays that could have been handled. And, I think part of it was conditions related. It was pretty wet, sloppy night, so footing and, a couple pitches not coming out of the hand as you necessarily expect them, but plays, we got to have. I feel like Gary's in a good mental space, and his work's been good, and oftentimes obviously he's kind of a lightning rod, and you have a play like the tag play in the Mets series, and then last night ends, and unfortunately that becomes the driving conversation of what's been some really good play over the last couple months. So we try not to lose sight of that. Just make sure we're diving in and focused as much as we possibly can each and every pitch, which I believe's happened. As far as Glaber, we just got to get him going to where, I think it got a little bit, one of those weeks where you get into a little bit of a funk out there and you start playing not to make a mistake. And we got to get through that with him. Feel like we have at least a little bit the last couple of days. He's had some important at-bats. He's made a couple important plays, but we got to get there with him if we're going to be our best.
Did the plays last night lead to the decision not to start Sanchez tonight?
No, not because with the day game tomorrow, they were going to split the next 2 days anyway, and then Cole going Sunday. So it would probably it made sense to kind of every other day him right now.
In your opinion, should he have made both of those plays, the two wild pitches in the ninth inning?
Yeah, and looking back, the first one's tough because it's a slider that's on the other side of the plate that kind of slipped out. So, and he kind of did glove it and kind of squirted out. The second one, yeah, I felt like it's a tough play, especially when you're expecting 96 sinker down in the zone and he kind of yanks it. So, but it's a ball you got to be in position to be able to glove, and I think he was a little late in reacting to it, a little late in getting to his move, and it cost us there.
The thing you did the night before, Craig and I were talking, this was awesome. You went to Chapman for a third straight day, something we don't normally see, and that's not a normal thing. I think it was the first time in the regular season in 2 years. With that said, last night, was there any thought about a fourth straight day of Aroldis Chapman?
No. Yesterday we were going to definitely, early on, he was down. And it was, 3 days in a row, 4 out of 5 on top of that. So yesterday we absolutely felt like it was down. The reality is, the bullpen came up huge last night for us with not having Greeny, not having Chappie available. The bullpen did their job. Abreu came in, pitched really well in relief of Monty, who was outstanding. Rodriguez came in and got a huge out of Mullins to end an inning. And then Holmes was really good for 2 innings, gave up a single in 2 innings, essentially, and was, other than that, threw the ball very well. Unfortunately, a couple, balls to the backstop that ends up costing us. And, unfortunately, the biggest thing of the night, though, is we weren't able to add on. Right. We get out to a 2-0 lead, and you got to be able to expand the lead, and we weren't able to do that. And unfortunately, that's been something that's happened too much to us, where we've maybe grabbed a lead or been in a game and haven't been able to add on typically in the middle innings.
No, I thought that's where you lost the game. I think it was the second inning. You got 2 men on, 1 out.
Yep.
You get the 1 run in to make it 2-0, and I thought right then and there a big hit makes it 4-0, and then away we go. And it felt like after that inning, the offense just wasn't clicking. I was like, here we go. We're going to be in for a long night. But it seemed like that second inning was where it went south, for me at least.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I really thought actually in the first 3, 4, 5 innings, I thought, especially against their starter, we were having a lot of good at-bats, and guys were lining out a lot. When Gallo hit the ball to the fence, it's probably a homer any other time of the night, but the weather had kind of picked up then, and the wind started blowing in. So, but then, from there on, 5th on, they kind of had their way with us. And that's something that's happened to us too much. And that's part of the reason we've had to lean on the bullpen, especially our high leverage guys as much as we have, is usually the offense, and especially our offense, usually can take care of that because we're able to gain separation, a couple times a week or put teams away a couple times a week. And we haven't been able to do that quite enough.
What made, because at least for us as fans watching you guys every day, it felt like it came out of nowhere. Maybe you were talking about it for a while. while, but what made it clear to you that it was time to make that move with Gleyber Torres and move him back to second base?
I just thought I thought it became because time is of the essence. Obviously we're at the end here. I felt like there were a couple plays that wasn't just necessarily just making a physical error, what's going to happen, or I felt like it was a weight. I felt like it was weighing on him, and I felt like he was out there a little bit, maybe not to make a mistake. And I just felt like, to try and alleviate a little bit of pressure while trying to also get him going a little bit, I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Did you ever feel that way? Now, obviously, the calendar makes a big impact. You're right. You only got a few weeks left, so you got to try. But did you ever feel like that was a problem for Gleyber before, that he was playing that way?
We've talked about it a little bit in the months prior, but, I think the one thing, and it's part of playing here in New York, is and when there's questions all the time about it, sometimes a play that, he would make a mistake on has legs here. It lasts for 20, 30 days just in the conversation. It's hard to put it to bed because if there's been large stretches this year where he's been really steady out there and really consistent. And usually he does get over those games where maybe he has a little bit of a, his confidence takes a hit or something and affects him for a game or two, but he's usually always been able to kind of work through there. With the calendar being what it was, I just felt like I needed to take that pressure off at this time.
So just to say it, because we had this come up earlier this week with someone else on the show, Louis Rojas, you do manage differently with 15 games to go than you manage, let's say, in the middle of May, correct?
I mean, yeah, I think there's some, depends obviously where you are in the standings, all those things. So, yeah, I think it changes a little bit,
Well, Chapman.
Yeah.
Isn't Chapman a great example of it? Pitching him a third straight day. We've never seen it in years.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, let me get to a couple guys, see if there's help on the way, if the wounded are coming back to help the Yankees out in the last 15. Do you have an update on any of these three guys? Severino, Domingo Germán, and Loaizaga. Any shot we see any of them in the last 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, so Germán will throw one more rehab game tomorrow, and then, if all goes well there, he should be with us early in the week, so sometime this homestand.
Okay.
Severino threw 2 live innings today on the field against hitters. Actually looked really good. So we'll see how he comes out of that and if he gets in a game, so he could be on the horizon as well. Jonathan Loaizaga started his throwing program today, so he went out and played catch for the first time since being shut down. So hopefully now that starts him.
How long is his clock, Loaizaga? Now that he starts throwing, how long do you think that should take?
If everything goes well, hopefully, a couple weeks can kind of hopefully get him back maybe, that last homestand or something.
Or do you still have confidence to go to Chad Green in a very close game tonight?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that his confidence has taken any kind of hit over the last few weeks, or does he seem like the same?
I don't. Chad's as steady as, he's as consistent a person. You never know, if he's hit a little rough patch or had a tough game or, came in and dominated for 2 innings. He's, that's just kind of the pro he's been, and it kind of reflects in his career of how good he's been and how consistent he's been. So, no, I think the biggest thing is just being a little bit probably more disciplined even at this time of the year with Greeny, to where I'm trying to, you talk about the urgency of this time of the year. I think it's important to balance making sure he gets that rest when it's possible here in these final 2 weeks.
Talking to Aaron Boone, as we do every week, the Aaron Boone Report. Aaron, listen, I know you can only play the team that you're scheduled to play, but you're also well aware you got 2 huge series coming up with Toronto and with the Boston Red Sox. You're the 3 teams that are going for the 2 wild card spots. How do you temper the guys being aware that those 2 series are coming up with the game tonight, the game tomorrow afternoon?
Oh, that's honestly, that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a dogfight, and we've shown it hasn't mattered who we're playing. You know, whether it's one of the best teams in the league, whether it's a team that's really struggling. If we don't play well, we're going to get beat, and if we're at our best, we know we can beat anyone. So we understand, and we understand where we are. You know, in the standings as far as being so bundled up with a few teams. So we understand the importance of each and every day and how important it is to first and have a good homestand here to put us in a position to do something special when we go on the road.
Like, I always wonder this, you know, before you guys went on that 13-game winning streak, when you look at the team now and talk to the team and kind of get a pulse of where they're at, not that you can predict that type of success because it's somewhat historical, but is there anything that you see where you feel kind of on the side, confident, talking to the other coaches, hey, we're about to go on a run?
I've felt that way a few times this year, honestly. You know, the one thing I will say for our group and our players is even in the lowest of valleys, I do believe there's an underlying confidence that they feel like they can be the best team in the league. You know, sometimes there's been valleys that we've been in where it maybe hasn't been justified or warranted, but I do believe it's real. I do believe that these guys feel like if we're playing at our best, we know we can beat anybody, and we just got to find that consistency that's, you know, unfortunately, you know, eluded us too much to this point. But we certainly understand that we have a chance to still do something great, and we're in control of that.
What's incredible is that you have now had 8 games in which you've led in the final inning and lost. And it's just, it almost seems like when you have it, and tell me if I'm wrong, that maybe it's easier to bounce back from it because you've had it all season long. You've had these gut punches, as you've called it, from the beginning to now. Does that help overcome a loss like yesterday, that you've had so many of these?
I think that's part of it. I also think that it is in our culture, and it's the nature of this sport, is that, you know, it's obviously, you know, every day. To be really good at this game, you know, I think it's something you got to have as an athlete in sports is you've got to be able to get over failure. You've got to be able to work through adversity, or you're not going to be any good. And one thing I've felt like with the 2 things that have really stood out to me about our club this year, and again, is that I do believe that there's a genuine underlying confidence that this group has in themselves and each other, and they do have the ability to bounce back. I mean, and that's something we talk about from the first days in spring training, how important the next play is, or whatever adversity or successes we have. You know, we need to have the ability to always turn the page. And you know, for better or for worse this year and the ups and downs, I do feel like those 2 things really exist with us.
I've noticed a lot less whistling from your dugout. Did you tell Wandy Peralta to cut this crap out?
No, Wandy's typically not in there. He was down that night and came in, and Wandy's kind of a beloved teammate. I know you're a Met guy, but this is really all to do about nothing. This is a nothing story, and I think if you ask them honestly, they know it. It was him acting a fool for an inning and a half while he was down in there.
But Aaron, by the way, like, and I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong, just as a baseball fan, if Taijuan Walker's tipping his pitches, that's on him. Like, even as a Met fan,
correct.
Like, if you guys are whistling to each other to give signals, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He's the guy who's messing up by tipping his pitches. So was that at least happening that night?
No.
That wasn't even okay.
And neither was the whistling. Like, if you're sitting there looking at it honestly, like, he was like kind of screaming and yelling like a little kid, like just kind of getting us riled up and getting our bench going a little bit, and just, you know, acting a fool a little bit. Frankly, it was just all to do about nothing, and I think everyone realizes that's dug into this.
I will say this: I would take Stanton over Lindor in a scrap. I'll give you that much. I would take Stanton over probably just about any guy not named Aaron Judge, I think.
Did you think for a second, as that was happening, there was going to be a fight? Like, did you think, as there was so much jarring, like, oh my God, this could get really ugly?
You never know. I mean, I was hoping not, but you know.
Stranger things have happened.
Our guys look pretty good getting off the bus usually, so it usually squashes some things. When
like I said, I give those guys credit that they didn't shy away from it, but they knew there wasn't going to be a fight, because if there's the threat of a fight, Lindor and Baez are not going after Stanton. He just not the dude to go after. I don't know.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I know you guys will be on your way to Boston, so you can't make the comedy show, but Evan is going to do 60 seconds of time, as they call it, on stage. Now,
Really?
he spends every week, as we all do, being critical of your performance as the manager. So I just want to give you the opportunity to kind of pre-handicap your expectation of Evan's stand-up routine.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to get the what do you call it? The excerpts or the tape. Or
I will get that for you. Don't worry.
I definitely would like to see that.
You have my word.
You should be able to hold your own if you're willing to do it for 60 seconds.
Yeah.
You should be able to.
Thank you, Aaron.
Wow. All right. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to film it.
Yeah.
And I will text it to you.
That's fair.
And then
I'm a big comedy guy. I watch a ton of stand-up.
The bar is high
almost on a nightly basis.
All right. I will text it to you. And then next week, I would appreciate, at the end of whatever we talk about baseball-wise, an honest review of Evan's performance.
That's completely fair. And be brutally honest. If you thought I sucked, you say it. I have no issue with that. Totally fine.
Hey, good luck tonight against Cleveland. Appreciate your time. The Aaron Boone Report's brought. Oh, I know. I had one last question. I apologize. I noticed you went from the blue sweatshirt to the white short sleeve hoodie. What's up with that?
Oh no, I don't wear that white sleeve hoodie very much.
I know, I noticed it.
Yeah. No, that's not really. I can't. That's not one you can wear on the field or in the dugout or anything.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Just want to make sure I did notice it, and I was like, what happened? So
you're on it.
All right. Listen. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks as always.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Aaron Boone Report brought to you by Jersey Mike's, the official sub sandwich shop of the Yankees. It is amazing how you wouldn't think of it because it's not in our wheelhouse. All the rules that do exist about what you're allowed to wear and not wear.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you wouldn't even, why would I ever, I noticed he wore the white short sleeve hoodie, I guess, post-game press conference. He normally wears the blue one, the navy blue. And I was like, maybe it's a superstitious thing. I don't know what it was. Can't wear it. Can't wear it in the dugout.
It's something very difficult for us to understand because we have zero restrictions on what we can wear.
Clearly.
Yes.
Right? Zero. I mean,
zero.
When he says zero, he means zero.
Hey, I'm going to a Met game tonight. I want to be comfortable. That's my number one goal.
It's going to be a little chilly tonight, maybe.
Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm prepared, man.
So he watches a lot of comedy, and he's going to be critical of your performance, as he should be, because
of course
we do it to them.
Absolutely, bring it on, baby.
Yeah, you don't want to test drive the material, huh?
No.
All right.
You're on the right track, though.
I'm on the right track.
Hey, you said something earlier. You're on the right track.
Oh, because you told me what the content
so then
was.
You already know.
But I didn't hear the jokes.
Well, we'll see.
But just don't do me a favor.
What?
It is an old joke that I've used before on the air years and years ago, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done it.
What?
Please, if the act is about making love to your beautiful wife, don't go on and go, and to help me last longer, I rattle off the Met lineup.
What do you mean that's an old line?
That is an old... that's not yours.
That's my material.
No, it's not.
Of course it is. See, I told that to you on the air.
No.
First of all, it wasn't an old Met lineup.
Said and done years ago.
By whom?
I've done it on the show.
You've done what?
I've told that story years ago.
You did it to me because you called up Jim Lieritz and said, Evan thinks of you when he has sex with his wife.
I mean, it's in my book. So if your act is, hey, when I'm with my wife,
it's a variation.
I go, oh, Tim Tuffle. Oh,
it's not the same.
Wally Backman, Keith Hernandez,
not the
Gary
same.
Carter, Darryl Strawberry.
Not the same.
All right, good.
Similar though.
All right,
I can't lie to you.
I mean, it'll probably get a laugh then. But it's not new material.
Similar. Well, first of all, am I walking around bragging like I'm some cutting-edge comic that came up with There's a few jokes I came up with on my own.
Okay, that's
good.
But
I'm sure that, I've heard something similar before.
No, similar's fine. But you can't lift someone else's material.
Well, first of all, it's my material.
No, but that's my point. That joke is not yours.
It's a variation.
All right.
So it's similar. I'm not going to lie to you. but I can't get into the details because then I give it away. But okay. I would say it's not exactly the same.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's definitely on the same road.
All right. So it involves baseball and lovemaking.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say that.
Well, I said it.
It involves lovemaking. Hey, I got you to laugh.
I'm there to help you. I'm there for you.
Are you?
Yes.
You're not there for me. You treat me like Joe Judge. You say, no, I want you to do well. But deep down, you want bombing. You want Aaron Boone the next day to say, Evan, you suck.
I do want that.
Yes.
You're right.
Okay.
But I don't want you to suck. I just want Aaron Boone to tell you suck.
And that's okay.
I want Aaron Boone to question your decisions the way you question his.
But
I want Luis Rojas to come. I want Luis Rojas to be like, Evan, why'd you go with that joke second?
That's fine.
That joke works fourth. It doesn't work second.
But here's what's okay. I am ready for that. If I am terrible, you don't think I'd come in the next day and say, got to admit, Craig, it was bad. It went wrong. I don't know where it went wrong.
I think you will. I think you will.
Oh, it will go wrong? Is that what you're saying?
It's like, did Joe Judge admit that he was terrible last night? He kind of did. Kind of. A little bit. Like one of the quotes was, I'm not going to try to promise you rainbows and butterflies. The reality is we're going to go back to work to be the team we need to be. Still some coach speak in there, but he wasn't like giving you full on, my poop don't stink.
Right.
He was acknowledging his poop stinks. Right.
Halfway.
Right. You're going to be, you're all or nothing. Either it's going to be great. I'm proud of you just for doing it.
Exactly.
That's
how I feel.
People don't understand, like, you host a radio show doesn't mean anything when it comes to doing stand-up.
Right.
When you're standing in front of 400 people, I think that's the capacity of the club, and you can see them. Like, when you're on a stage and there's 10,000 people in an arena, you can't see the crowd. They're faceless because the way the lights are. You just take my word for it. At Gotham, you'll see everybody because I've done it.
Yeah.
Getting up on stage with the responsibility of making people laugh is a completely different animal, which is why I've got so much respect for people who do it well.
Absolutely. That's why
you've never tried it
That's
before.
why I'm also not afraid to fail. Because if I fail, if I embarrass myself, if it's god-awful for one terrible minute, I'll know deep down that I made you proud.
Yes.
Because I went up there
I am proud of you.
and gave it a try.
Not everybody would have the balls to do it.
Most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of myself.
Yes. Well, you haven't done it yet. You haven't done it yet. Like, you could come down with some kind of stomach virus next Thursday and be like, I can't do it, Greg.
I can promise you this. I will go on that stage.
I know you will.
And I will leave it all out there, baby.
And I'm going to videotape it.
That's fine.
Yes. You really normally can't videotape stand-up, but...
Well, I give you permission that you can videotape me.
Thank you. I may even announce who the comics are next week. Now, it doesn't matter at this point because it's sold out, but they're awesome. They're awesome. So hopefully those of you that are coming, we'll see you next Thursday at Gotham, and it'll be a great night. And I should mention, the reason we're doing it is because former hockey player Tommy Laidlaw introduced me to this wonderful charity group called Warriors for Life Fund. And they basically do right by soldiers who come back from overseas who've done and seen things that we could never imagine and have a tough time when they come back, whether that's PTSD, physical ailments, mental health ailments. And it's a way to raise money for this great group that supports those men and women. And that's really the impetus behind all this. So we're looking forward to it.
We can never do enough for the men and women that serve our country. And sometimes it feels like our country forgets a little bit too much, and we should never forget. Because those men and women give up so much for us. So to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it. And I want to stress again, every single dollar from every ticket sold goes to that fund. The comedy club ain't taking any. Obviously, we're not involved with the money. Every penny from every ticket sold goes to that fund. So it'll be a great night. Those of you that do have tickets, we can't wait to see you. The whole crew's going too. Big Mac, Tommy, CeeLo, Spike's coming. Some people in sales are going to wait outside. We'll tell them how the show was.
Yeah, right. They're going to stand outside hoping to get in.
I think Boomer's coming.
Nice.
Moose and Maggie are coming. So it's going to be a nice night.
I have a Boomer joke, actually.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. I got to let Boomer know that he's in your act.
God.
I'll tell him that.
It's not. I mean, maybe it would offend him. I don't know.
Oh, boy. All right, listen. We got CeeLo's update in a second. We'll get back to your phone calls. 877-337-6666.
You know who I think is funny is that Craig Carton.
Maybe Jerry Seinfeld will show up like he did the last time I did a comedy
Why don't you do a
event.
few minutes of stand-up?
I'm sure I will at some point.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I don't know. At some point, I'm sure.
You've done it before, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you're like an experienced comic.
No, I would not say that at all.
Have you ever bombed when you went on stage in a limited amount of stuff that you've done?
But I've never went up there with. No, you know, I didn't bomb. I hosted. They used to have Live from Gotham on Access TV.
Right.
And they asked me to be the host. And the host job was the opening. I don't want to exaggerate. Let's say 10 minutes. Ballpark, could be a little more. The opening 10 minutes, the host of the show had to do time. So I did it. Was it the greatest thing ever? No.
But you didn't bomb.
But I didn't bomb.
Right.
I didn't bomb like Tyrone bombed. I've told you that story.
Yes, you've told me the Tyrone bombing story.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
There's Ralph Macchio. I told my friends if I ever saw Ralph Macchio, I would tell him to his face, you don't even know karate. Oh, boy.
See, that's how you can get me to bomb. If Luis Rojas was in the first row, I'd take my minute to just criticize whatever movie did the night before.
People might laugh at that. Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Hey, Jets, Giants, and Duncan fans, game day merch just got tastier. Tackle game day with a New York Jets or New York Giants themed donut. Squash your hunger, support your team with Duncan. Pair a New York Jets or New York Giants donut with Duncan's new 100% Guatemalan hot coffee, Evan.
This is how you get the most out of game day. You're already sitting down, you're watching the Jets, you're watching the Giants. Now you're shoving your face with Giant and Jet themed donuts. Only at Dunkin' Donuts. And remember, not only does America and New York, but the Jets and Giants run on Dunkin'.
Hey, say goodbye to pain and suffering, because my main...
Carton and Roberts on SNY is brought to you by Smart Water Alkaline, proud partner of the New York Mets.
You could pick from hundreds of law firms for your mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer case. But would you be confident that you made the best choice? Whites & Luxembourg is the firm that has represented more asbestos disease clients than any other firm in the metropolitan area. With 30 years' experience, they have New York's highest recorded asbestos verdicts of all time. The choice is clear, and the stakes could not be higher.
Whites & Luxembourg has our backs.
Call Whites & Luxembourg today.
Call 1-888-411-LAWS. That's 1-888-411-LAWS.
Staying active, staying strong, staying hydrated are top priorities for me. All these help me to push boundaries and perform my best. Stay at it, stay active, stay hydrated with Smart Water Alkaline.
You have skin, and Curology makes rocking good skin simple. Just share your skin concerns and get one custom nightly formula that works hard and goes on easy. So get good skin. Try your first month free at Curology.com.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
I'm Dave Choksi, the city's doctor.
I'm Isha Porter, the school's chancellor. As parents, we know nothing means more than the health and safety of our children.
COVID-19 vaccination among teachers and other staff, as well as all eligible students, is so important for getting back to school safely. The COVID-19 vaccines are a defense, both a personal defense against disease and a community defense against the spread of the virus. And with the FDA's full approval of the Pfizer vaccine, we have further evidence that the COVID-19 vaccines are both safe and effective.
Vaccination is part of our multi-layered approach to keeping our schools safe, along with the other measures we already have in place. Masks, physical distancing, screenings, testing, improved ventilation, and increased cleaning and oversight.
Thank you, and we'll see you in school.
Meet Edwin, lights out closer for the Mets.
Diaz is coming on to try and save
When
it.
the horns start to blare, batters start to scare.
Struck him out.
Because he's the filthiest closer in the league.
Edwin Diaz strikes up the side. A great escape for Edwin Diaz. High heat from Diaz. And Edwin Diaz, 3 strikeouts in the ninth. He struck him out, and the ball game is over.
Watch Edwin Diaz's story continue with the Mets on SNY.
Dear experts, to you, I'm the best-selling compact SUV in America, with all-wheel drive and tons of room. To our drivers, an unbeatable value. Let's go places. RAV4.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR financing on a new 2021 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you have a crock on your counter stuffed with utensils, many of which you don't even use? Hi, I'm Lucinda Scala Quinn, chef, author, and TV host. And with over 10 years as the executive food director for Martha Stewart, I've tried every kitchen product you could dream of. But nothing beats my Spurtles. They'll be the hardest working tools in your kitchen. It's a simple idea designed in the 16th century in Scotland for stirring oatmeal, and it makes so much sense. Think of the Spurtle as 10 tools in one. Unlike wooden spoons that are rounded at the end, the Spurtle gets in where the side of the pan meets the bottom and leaves no food behind. Here's canned tuna, and I've chopped some veggies that I'm going to scrape directly into the bowl. Scoop out the mayo in one fell swoop, and with all that surface area, you can smash it together. Stir and serve, and I promise you, you won't find a better tool for spreading. How many peanut butter sandwiches have you made in your lifetime? Use the Spurtle to whisk your eggs, pour them into a hot pan, and stir as you cook. Plus, the Spurtle makes a great egg separator. Think of how many times you're asked to sift dry ingredients. With the Spurtle, you can sift and stir. Strain out liquid, just this easy. Also, it's the best tool for folding. Like when you're trying to make that perfect chocolate mousse. You can get your complete Spurtle set today for only $19.99. And if you order now, I'll include my skinny Spurtle free. It's perfect for getting in those narrow jars. But that's not all. Order right now and I'll double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. I promise you, my Spurtles will be the hardest working tools in your kitchen. But just remember, it's a Spurtle, Myrtle.
To get your Spurtles, call 1-800-709-6348. That's 1-800-709-6348 or go to buyspurtle.com. That's buyspurtle.com. Order now.
Competition. I can't live like the opposition. Living everything I dreamed of. Doing everything you think of. The way I work, I'm on the brink of. Doing numbers like a brake truck. I'm on new level.
Well, Geico's 85 years isn't just about time, you know. It means experience. I mean, put it this way. If I told you I'd been jarring raspberry preserves for 85 years, what would you think? Well, at first, you'd be like, that has got to be some scrumptious jam. And then you'd think, he looks fantastic. I must know his skincare routine.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
Big bud.
Geico Sports Night on SNY.
There's some big news coming out of Brooklyn.
Your nightly source for all things New York sports.
Wait until you see how they finish things off.
Geico Sports Night. All night, every night, starting at 11 p.m. Only at SNY.
Can't play him anymore, dude. Sitting 207 and he can't block anything.
I'm going to defend him yet last night. And I know the C-Mac and I talked about this a little bit, okay? The guy's a sinker ball pitcher, yes? Clay Holmes?
Yeah.
Okay. He's yanking balls into the lefty batter's box. It's raining. He's throwing 96. It's a mess.
Even the manager said he's got to make those balls.
Well, the manager, Aaron said the second one.
He brought that stuff up. No, the second one was far worse than the first one, in my opinion. But you can't trust him. Look, there's a clip.
I don't disagree with that.
I'm going to give you,
and I have knocked him for years now.
I'm going to give you an example. I put this clip out there. It's not mine. I just was watching the Met-Yankee game Sunday night. I happened not to go to the game. And there's a clip of Javier Baez. It was clear as day on TV, telling the batter, I think it was Kevin Pillar, he doesn't want to block the ball in the dirt. Expect to pitch up.
Yeah, that was the last
And I
week,
put it
right?
out there. Tons of people watched it because it was fascinating. Like, here is a guy on the base paths saying he doesn't want to block.
Yeah. All I'm saying is
he's tough to play right now. And I've been a Gary defender for a long time. He's hitting 207. He's tough to play right now.
I agree, but that was a tough spot. And if you watched Holmes in the entire inning, he was all over the place.
I agree with that.
All over the place.
Damn, Avett brothers ruining everything for the Yankees. Well, they still control their own destiny, right?
Sure.
Play Cleveland next week. You got the two big series that are actual playoff games, right?
Got to win those games.
Yeah. I mean, there's no excuse then. Hopefully they'll beat the Cleveland Indians. I'm sure they're big favorites to do so. And then when you play the 6 games you got against Toronto and Boston, that's your season. Those are playoff games. That's it. So stop,
If the New York Yankees don't make the playoffs, yeah, we can look at those games, no doubt. We're going to look at what they didn't do to the Orioles.
100% right. All right, CeeLo's got an update. A lot of it's going to be, I think, John Sterling. Let's see.
All right, powered by Superbook, now open with better odds and favorable prices. Also sponsored by Bruni and Campisi Home Comfort and Efficiency Company, serving Westchester, Fairfield, Rockland, and Putnam counties. Let me quickly throw this out there. Giants-wise, we've done a lot of Giants. Lawrence Tynes, of course, the former Giant kicker. He put this out on Twitter a short time ago. Not that we didn't know it, but just from the team side. Just confirmed with the Giant source, Dexter Lawrence was not offsides from the coach's film. Referees missed it, and the Giants will get the obligatory phone call from the head of officials saying, sorry, we missed it.
All right.
So there
I
you
mean,
go.
all well and good, but as Carl Banks said, the Giants went out of their way to give them a chance to win the game.
Yes, they did. All right.
And so to take Dexter Lawrence off your GOAT list for those people that were blaming him last night, again, it doesn't matter. The Giants, gave them a chance to kick the field goal to win the game anyway. So there you go.
All right, while all that was happening, we're actually earlier
How
on
about
in
the fact the Giants let them have a 2-play, 75-yard possession that ended in a touchdown? Like, it's not, you weren't playing against Joe Montana.
Or how about the conservative nature they went into after the interception by Bradbury?
So it's enough.
Has Kenny Galladay met the media yet?
I'm glad they absolved Dexter Lawrence, but it doesn't matter. The team's guilty.
I want to make this clear. So Kenny Galladay has still not met the media?
Not that I'm aware of.
This is the biggest mistake he's made is not yelling at Daniel Jones, is the fact he has now left the quarterback out there for almost 24 hours. Say something.
Yep. All right. What do you got, CeeLo?
All right, so while all that was happening, the Yankees were blowing the game at Camden Yards. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, I happened to be driving home listening to John on the radio. So this will take you from the moment Holmes throws the second wild pitch and they tie the game in the bottom of the 9th, all the way through the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 10th. So one inning, and there's a lot that went on in between.
All right.
And John
Did you set it to music or no?
No, it's just John. It's just John. No Sweeney, no music, unedited. As far as, I didn't cut out things in between what
Do you
said.
still have this stuff I asked about Malusis with saying right all the time?
It's interesting you bring that up. I'm going to get to something related to that after we do the John thing.
Awesome.
This is chronological. Here you go.
The pitch way high and a wild pitch, but it goes to the screen, and scoring is Stewart. So they got that close. They got to 3-2. They got that. They got to 1 strike away. That's the Yankee season. They got within 1 strike. Couldn't close the deal. Not good enough. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. The Yankees gave up the tying run on a wild pitch. Hey, we go to extra innings. Wow. Isn't that something? The Yankees were 1 strike away. It was a 2-2 pitch. They were 1 strike away with a runner at third. And you know what? Holmes threw another wild pitch. Isn't that something, though? They were so close. They're 1 strike away. And couldn't close the deal. Valleca's out of the lineup.
I love this.
Valleca went to left.
They didn't tell me that. It's great doing the games this way, by the way. Yankees got close. They did everything right by the book. They didn't score any runs. That was the big thing. They got to 2 strikes in the 9th inning. A wild pitch tied the game. Well, Seltzer is taking a lot of time. Big spot. It'll be a 1-2. It just takes a while. Eventually, there'll be a pitch. If you're wondering about Seltzer, Cole Seltzer, he's just hanging around. He's not ready to pitch. Now he is. It takes a while. Yankees were 1 strike away from ending the game. 1 strike. And Holmes threw a wild pitch to allow the runner from third to score. Isn't that something? Got close. They got within 1 strike and scored on a wild pitch with 2 strikes on the batter. The Yankees, as I say, were 1 strike away from the win. They have to get this win. Boy, if the Yankees lose this game, boy, what a tough loss. 2 strikes on the batter and a wild pitch. Yikes. Well, the Yanks have done it again. Another 4-hour game. The pitch is grounded into left field for a base hit. Ball game over. Orioles
Here
win.
it comes.
So the Orioles win it in 10, 3-2 in one of the most disappointing Yankee losses of all time. They were 1 strike away before a wild pitch scored the tying run, and the Orioles win it in 10 by the score of 3-2.
You think he was focused on that wild pitch? Did that bother him a little bit?
One of the most disappointing Yankee losses of all time.
Wow. Yeah. Well, listen, that's why you got to listen every night.
1 inning. That's 1 full inning.
He's going to be happy to have Susan back.
Wait, so you're
bad for
blaming
Sweeney Burger.
So you're blaming John's anger, at least part of it, on the fact that Sweeney was there instead of Susan?
I'm not blaming Sweeney. I don't want that to be misinterpreted. Sweeney was asked to fill in for Susan, and I thought did an admirable job. I think Sweeney's very good at what he does.
So you think if Susan's there, she has more of a calming influence on John?
I don't know. I think John was pissed anyway. He's doubly pissed because he's not at the game, which is his right to be, and we don't disagree with that. Now you had Susan's not there. He clearly doesn't like Sweeney, or maybe anyone else to sit there other than his cumpaniara, Susan, right? And he's pissed off. Yeah. That was his fandom coming out there a bit, too.
That was amazing.
The guy's 80 years old. Good for him.
Oh, that was
Tremendous.
amazing.
Yeah,
but don't
1
you
strike away. We were unaware that took place, John. Remind us, please.
But don't you think
They
in
were
a lot of
1
ways
strike away.
he's representing a lot of Yankee fans?
Of course.
Absolutely.
That's what made it so brilliant. Like, it's not just some guy who's just angry he has to broadcast the game. He's more upset. 1 strike away. Wild pitch. Like, he's representing Nick Turturro. He's representing Big Mac. He's sort of representing you, but not really.
You hear a boomer called John this morning?
What's that?
Whiny biatch. Yeah, give it up.
2 quick notes on the Mets. Your boy Nimmo's back tonight. He'll bat second in between VR and Lindor. And I bring this up as I want to make sure we cover both sides. We've ripped Javi Baez quite a bit here. To be fair, we want to bring the other side of it. He brought a group of children from Puerto Rico that have been dealing with cancer to Wednesday's game, spent time with them out on the field, signed autographs, hung out with them.
Did a great job.
Yes.
Well, that's tremendous.
So we bring recognition and awareness
Absolutely.
to that.
Well
Very
deserved.
good. All right, now, you asked me about the Malusis thing and the the fact that he's got this crutch now.
He's got a verbal crutch.
Right.
Yes.
Right. All right, so in lieu of that, yes, you did ask me to go and pull some audio for Moose.
I did.
I didn't do that.
I didn't think you did.
But what I do bring to you, as sort of a peace offering,
fair enough,
is Rich Cimini with Zach Wilson yesterday on the jet pass protection.
So when a team gives up 6 sacks, usually the offensive line gets most of the blame. So you're saying that looking over the film that there are things that you could do as well, like just from learning through experience, like what? Just be quicker on your reads, see things pre-snap. Like what can you do?
Yeah, of course, and that's what's so cool, right? About football, it's such a team game, right?
There you go, 2 from Zach Wilson in a span of 4 seconds. So it's not just Moose.
That's no peace offering.
Not just
That's
Moose.
what you came up with?
That's not
weak.
just Moose. Zach Wilson. I'm listening yesterday. I'm listening yesterday to Zach Wilson. I'm like, he's listening to Malusis. He's got the right thing
Zach
now
Wilson's
going.
a rookie quarterback that's played 1 game in the NFL. And by the way, how great was that answer? You got to love the accountability
he says everything right.
of Zach Wilson.
Yes, and he went on to say other great things.
I don't accept your peace offering.
Right, that's
Sorry.
fine. That's fine. Well, it did stand out to me, and I don't think I would have noticed it had you not asked me the thing about Moose.
Do you notice it with Moose now?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Just like what I told Evan, he says go out there a lot. And now when you listen to Moose...
Who says go out there
Moose.
a lot? Oh,
Go out
really?
there. Yeah.
You told me that?
Go
I
out
forgot.
there. Years ago. Yeah. All right. So the Jets are getting ready to play the Patriots on Sunday in the home opener. C.J. Mosley, who of course sat out all of last year and barely played in 2019, pumped to be
But
back.
when he did play in 2019, it was the most marvelous half of football we've ever seen.
Tremendous. So he's excited to be back playing in MetLife.
I would have
assume if not me, everybody's going to have chills hearing that because I just know it's going to be rocking, especially having all the fans back.
And he's referring there to the JETS.
Yeah, I think
channel,
the stadium's going to be great. Obviously, it's first Jet game now, and how long for fans? You're playing the Patriots. Yeah, it's early in the season. Hopefully the weather's good.
The other thing is, and this is what I think is so special, for the first time in years, there's optimism. When Adam Gase was here, even at the end of Todd Bowles, there was no optimism. We're Jet fans, we're diehard, we're hopeful, but it's the first time, even though this team's not going to win a lot of games, where most of us, if not all of us, feel this sense of we may be finally going to a better place.
Carton and Roberts on the Fan. We'll continue with Cielo's update in just 1 second.
So crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Don't act like a snobby model, you just hit the lotto. Oh, hopping in my Tahoe. Got one riding shotgun and not one of them got gloves. Now where's the rubbers? Who's got the rubbers? I noticed there's so many of them and there's really not that many of us. Ladies love us and my posse's kicking up dust. It's on till the break of dawn and we're starting this party from dusk. Okay, let's go.
Is your heating system ready for the winter? There's only one company to call, Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Get a heating system to them now so it doesn't break when you need it most. Go now to New Jersey's heating experts, Edison HV.
Carton and Roberts is presented by Grubhub. Grubhub guarantees your food will get to you on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps, or you'll get at least $5 in perks. Grubhub works hard to serve restaurants.
Now there's a way to make supporting your favorite restaurant even better. Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. It's our promise to make sure your food is just right by delivering it on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps. Or you'll get back at least $5 in perks. That way you can experience your food just like the restaurant intended. That's the Grubhub Guarantee.
My routine keeps me strong, physically and mentally. But sometimes it's the little things, like hydration, that help me stay on top of my game. Stay smart, stay refreshed, stay active with Smart Water Alkaline.
You could pick from hundreds of law firms for your mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer case. But would you be confident that you made the best choice? Whites & Luxembourg is the firm that has represented more asbestos disease clients than any other firm in the metropolitan area. With 30 years' experience, they have New York's highest recorded asbestos verdicts of all time. The choice is clear, and the stakes could not be higher.
Whites & Luxembourg has our backs.
Call Whites & Luxembourg today.
Call 1-888-411-LAWS. That's 1-888-411-LAWS.
Tonight, Francisco Lindor looks to lead the Mets to victory over NL East rivals at home as they set out to gain some ground in the division by burying Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Coverage begins with City pregame tonight at 6:30 only on SNY.
When two forces of nature collide, you get the perfect storm. Fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. Saturday afternoon, September 25th, only on DAZN.
Little brother, you ready? Let's begin.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Well, that was new.
Are you ready? Is you ready? You say you ready? Whole squad ready? Is you ready? Are you ready? Is you ready? Whole squad.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $219 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on Nissan Rogue.
Is cleaning the outside of your house an exhausting all-day affair? You drag all those different cleaners around and then have to climb up and down. Not anymore. Hi, I'm John Florell, the Fuller Brush Man, and this is Full Crystal Full Exterior, the fast, easy way to clean all the dirt and grime from around your house in no time. Just add the cleaning crystals, attach it to any garden hose, and away you go. Quickly blast stains off wood decks, vinyl and metal siding. Completely clean dirt and debris from gutters, shutters, and overhangs. Erase grease and oil from concrete driveways, walkways, and pavers. Simply aim, spray, and it all goes away. The secret is in the full exterior cleaning crystals that safely break down, lift, and wash away dirt and grime in no time. With full exterior, use it on stucco, concrete, wood, vinyl, metal, and even porous pavers to clean up quick. Watch. We abused this white siding with the worst oil, grease, and dirt stains, but full exterior easily washes them away so nothing remains. It's bleach and oxidizer free, so it's completely safe to use around your shrubs, lawn, and flowers. With the Fuller Power Sprayer, it reaches up to 27 feet high. Use it to quickly power wash patio furniture, get rid of stains from picket fences and painted trim, power off bird droppings and tree sap from shingles and roof tiles. Call or go online to order the complete full exterior system for the factory direct price of just $19.99. But wait, order right now and we'll double your cleaning crystals. Just pay a separate fee. That's enough to make up to 14 gallons of cleaner. Full exterior cleaning crystals are made in the USA. And remember, it's from the Fuller Brush Company, so your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Call or go online to buyfullexterior.com. That's buyfullexterior.com. Order now.
SNY Play Ball, presented by Chick-fil-A, is back, looking to help local basketball leagues in need continue play, providing grants.
A lot of the students are going to be excited when they see the uniforms that we could purchase with our money.
Clinics.
They teach us things that we never been taught before, and then at the same time, it's fun.
Equipment donations and special Harlem Globetrotter experiences.
Kids were chomping at the bit to get into this particular event.
If you know a local basketball league in need, apply today at sny.tv/playball.
We are now officially part of the SNY family.
Craig, you know this. You're not naive. Cuckoo.
What you gonna do about it? I'll be the chanting guy.
Wait a second.
You be the analytics guy.
Stop it.
All things New York sports, all on one site, only on SNY.tv.
The fan. I think we've had enough of the Jive Bash. We've done that all day. Yankees get ready for the Cleveland Indians at the stadium. And then, of course, next week's the big Yankee week as we get ready for Toronto and the Boston Red Sox. Peace out to SNY. See you guys on Monday. CeeLo has the rest of his update. Go ahead.
All right, so I played you the Zach Wilson clip and C.J. Mosley. On the other side of this, of course, you've got Bill Bell.
Carton Roberts is presented by Grubhub. Grubhub guarantees your food will get to you on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps, or you'll get at least $5 in perks. Grubhub works hard to serve restaurants.
Michael bought a bed without talking to a Mattress Firm sleep expert. He can't sleep. Now he's thinking he's forgetting something.
Dad?
For real sleep, go to Mattress Firm and unjunk your sleep.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX, with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form.
Lease the 2021 NX300 all-wheel drive for $429 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Oh, man. All out of bourbon. Looks like one of us is gonna have to go to the store.
Or we can get drinks delivered fast with Drizzly. Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Plus, Drizzly lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Drizzly.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families